Richard Pryor?
It is correct, Richard. But, it's not even. We don't got to say anything.
Nah. I'm sorry. It's a joke. It's a joke. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. Bobby and Dylan. Is it Bobby and Dylan or Dylan and Bobby? I actually think Dylan and Bobby.
Usually you do the letter first, but
Dylan and Bobby, I think it's a little because Bobby, it's like a weird one to throw.
Unless you do Bob Dylan. In that case,
Bob
you do
hyphen Dylan.
Yeah.
Enough of that dog shit. Welcome to the Joystick Show, episode 179. That's right. We've been down here doing this for 179.
Isn't that impressive?
Episodes. It's super.
Isn't that really, really,
You know how impressive it is? Dylan?
Remarkable, I would say. Even
it is remarkable, and it's so impressive that I think it's worthy of a like and perhaps a subscribe. That's on y'all if you want to, and if you don't want to, I feel you too. But
we get it. Hey,
at the very least, you should stick around. You should hang out with us.
Understandable.
We're talking some talk. We might even be walking some walk.
Oh, shit.
With the W-O-K.
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken, W-O-K-E-N.
Yeah.
He's like a chef in the back of
No, he's in Balls of Fury.
Of an Asian restaurant.
Yeah, he's in Balls of Fury, bro.
I need the rice. Put it in. Whip it together. Anyway, I'll just continue the Walken impression for this part of the episode. If you want to know what we're talking about this episode, it's right next to my face. It's right here.
It's actually
it's turning into Travolta a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that was.
Oh my God! Look at here. We got a thing in list. Sandy. Okay, the list is gone, and the impressions are gone.
John Travolta has left the room. Your massages are safe.
Yes, I'm sorry. But in the vein of, I guess, dumb impressions, we're talking comedy today.
We are, yeah.
We talk comedy a lot, but in typical Joystick fashion, we're keeping it true to our word. We're bringing in another 100%. Tier list. Technically, it feels like we're doing this like at a once a month kind of pace already. So if this is the tier list for February, welcome to the February tier list. Today,
pretty good.
We're going to be tier listing stand-up comedians, more specifically American stand-up comedians.
Yeah.
Before we begin this tier list, we should note there is a shit ton of people.
This list has too many to cover in an episode.
Like way over 70. So how we are going to go about this is we're going to split this into two.
Correct.
So we're going to do the first part now. And then, rock with it for 10, 15. And then we'll go to something else that we want to talk about that was on the list that we have planned. And then towards the end of the episode, we'll come back and we'll shave the other half of the list
Rapid
down.
fire maybe at some point.
We are going to rapid fire most of these comedians. We've agreed beforehand that if there are names that are, significant goats or just people that are significant to the two of us that we have to talk about, we will. But for the most part, we will be pretty quick about this.
I feel like we each get like 10 seconds.
That's
rough.
That's
and
fair.
then if we don't really know anything, we're like, whatever.
Yes. Yeah. And real quick to explain the tiers that we have at the top, we have the goats. That's right, multiple because there's just some goats out there.
I know it's the greatest of all time, but hey,
they're multiple.
There's a stage.
Then we have greats, we have goods, we have Mez, and then under Mez we have Nas. If there's some Nas, we'll throw them out there. But it's important to note that under the Nas is a don't watch category where we will be putting comedians that either neither of us have really watched or have solid opinions of. Yeah. Fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let me put in the comedy. That was me activating the comedy filter.
Oh, okay.
And I
feel like
unfunny.
we were already pretty funny. I think you just reversed it.
Yeah, my bad. I also accidentally opened Spotify.
Oh damn, bro. We're actually.
Bro, what the fuck? Now we're off to a terrible start. All right. Let's go ahead and drag this on.
Hey.
Bam. Shout out to tier list
Full
maker.
screen?
Yes, I got you, man.
Okay.
I'm no average Joe, Dylan. My computer's just really slow. Oh, hold on. It's because of this stupid... Oh, my God. Give your boy a second. Close that and then...
Let's pull the four corners.
Are you kidding me? What is happening here? Okay. Give us a second. Sorry about that. What the fuck happened there? My computer just didn't know how to work. But anyway, we're back on track. Let me just make sure audio is still on. Perfecto, right? Awesome. Great. Part 1. Let's get it rolling, Dylan.
Okay, this is gonna be tough.
Patton Oswalt. Personally, good.
He's pretty mid, so I'll put him in good.
That's why. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fair?
Yeah.
And it's okay.
We're off to a good start.
Okay, there we go. We can click. Yeah. Louis C.K. This might be a controversial one.
This is hard, man.
For me, taking all the controversy away from this because I think we should at the very least judge these people as comedians and on their professions.
Okay.
Low, great, high, good.
I'll put him high good for now.
Okay.
I feel like honestly, because it's like I don't think after the controversy, I don't think he never like, not that he didn't come back, but it was like the jokes weren't like
different texture.
They're not hitting as hard.
John Mulaney. I don't think John's a GOAT, but I think he's pretty great, and I think he's earned it.
Oh, he's for sure great.
He's got a whole character arc, man.
He's for sure great.
Oops.
Accidental GOAT, a little Freudian slip there.
Yeah. He did just recently win an Emmy, so shout outs. Shout outs to Tig Notaro. Are you a big fan? Because I have not watched much.
I have not watched Tig Notaro. I have seen clips, I think, of her.
Mm-hmm. Now you might have to help me with this one.
Monique?
Oh, Monique. I'm not a big Monique watcher either, but I will admit what I've seen of her makes me laugh. If I were to put her, I think I would put her in good, to be fair, but you know.
I don't know her enough, but I think you should put her in good.
No, I'm being honest. Like she makes me laugh. She's also a very talented actress. Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey's fucking funny, and you know it.
He doesn't even need to do stand up, bro.
No, exactly. Yeah. I would say he might be great.
I think he's great.
I think he's great.
Okay.
Right there behind Mulaney. Sounds good. Bernie Mac. Ooh, legend. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac. I think, look, if Harvey's a great, Bernie's a great. I think that's, 100%.
Okay.
I was just recently watching Bernie Mac with my dad, actually.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
As a fan of the work, I'd have to put him right there. That Richard Pryor.
It is correct, Richard. Reno. It's not even. We only got to say anything.
Nah. I'm sorry. It's a joke. It's a comedy show.
We're doing comedy.
No, yeah, we got Richard Pryor.
Phyllis Diller.
Look, I know very little about Phyllis Diller. I'll respect her for her contributions to comedy. Don't watch. You gotta be real, bro. What's your opinion on Phyllis Diller?
Put her in don't watch, bro. Joan Rivers.
She was a GOAT. Joan Rivers was a GOAT.
She was a GOAT.
I think so. I mean, she was a GOAT enough to have like that status of being one of the legends of stand-up comedy.
For sure.
At the least, a great. But
I think we put her in great just to keep, because I'm looking at the list.
I feel
there's a few GOATs
but
here.
I think she is. I think she's a high grade. That's just my.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm gonna fight you on that
respect.
one.
No, I mean it's like a
Yeah. Is that Dave Attell rather?
That's Dave Attell.
What do you think about Dave Attell? I want your opinion
Dave Attell is I don't even know. He's funny.
He is funny.
He's funny. He kind of got like this, wrapped in like, I don't like the vibe or like what he became, I guess, because he was like the 2 a.m. raunchy. He's in the cellar. It's late. Everyone's drunk.
Because I think this may be our first meh.
It's grimy.
Yeah.
I think that like respect wise, you would put him in good, but actual quality of work, you put him in meh.
That's why. So that's why I'm having a tough time here.
You're like Dave Attell. It's like his jokes make me laugh.
I'll say this.
What's special though?
No, I'll say this. I will say this. I feel like Dave Attell is a certain funny to the point where I don't really think he's a meh, but I will put him in low good. I feel like there are comedians that belong in meh. You know what I mean? And I don't think he's one yet.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Okay. I agree.
I'll put him low good.
I think we probably have to move him to meh later on, but
yes. Dane Cook.
Oh, I don't know.
This might be a controversial one.
This is hard. I want to put him. I like.
Just tell me straight up where you want to put him.
Great.
I want to put him in great too.
Put him in great. Personally, like growing up and like hearing, like I know he gets a lot of shit.
He does.
He gets a lot of shit.
And yeah, longevity wise, maybe he doesn't have the greatest stand-up comedy career, but you have to keep in mind that peak.
The peak, and it's like the peak. I would say even like YouTube videos up to like his third special. That like 5-year span was like insane.
Yeah.
His comedy is really funny. He's like masterful at physical comedy, which is super underrated.
Yeah, and he's literally like one of the greatest Warzone Twitch streamers of all time. So shout out to Dane Cook.
Oh man, I don't know. If he met me on Blackout when I was the best Blackout streamer of all time, he would have got rocked, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got another controversial one here. Carlos Mencia.
Ooh. I feel like
listen.
Oh,
as a professional, he doesn't have a good track record when it comes to being a stand-up comedian, right?
Yeah.
As somebody who has had the pleasure of seeing Carlos Mencia live after the fact, I did mention, I think a couple times on this podcast, that I was very pleasantly surprised with his humor, with his crowd work, even with his like the people he brought up to open. So, low good. Had a show on Comedy Central. I mean, I'm just being honest here.
Look.
And a successful one at that.
That's the thing. That show was really funny, but then a lot of stuff also aged really poorly.
Is it meh, though? That's the question.
I haven't seen him live, so that's why I want to put him in meh. But if you swear that it was funny, then I would put it in good.
The reason I want to put it in good is because not only was it, it was a good set, it was a good set after all the controversy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which I think takes a lot of guts.
Okay.
So I'll put him in high meh too. I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
What do you want to do? Is Mencia the first meh comedian?
I think Mencia is the first meh, and then we move him to good if there's too many in meh.
Yeah, fair enough. Who we got there?
That is Robin Williams.
Oh, man. Shit.
That's hard because I didn't watch a lot of his stand-up, but he's like one of the funniest people who have ever lived, you know?
I did watch a lot of Robin Williams stand-up, actually.
How do you feel about it?
It's some of my favorite.
Okay.
I think it's pretty easy to put Robin in a GOATs category. In my opinion, I think he's kind of on that same wavelength with Joan Rivers. High grade.
I think he's high grade because, like, I know it's like, I know personally speaking, I know him for like the movies. Yeah. You know, that's what I know him from.
Sorry, my dexterity was not enough. Who?
Morgan Murphy.
Don't know.
You haven't watched? You're not a big Morgan Murphy.
Are you?
No, put her in. Don't watch. She's all right.
Who's that?
Lisa Lampanelli.
Ooh, this is a...
I'm
going to be straight up. This is a nah for me. This is a nah for me. I've tried...
Your balls are hanging out your ass. It's like, what is this humor?
It's loud and it's crass and it's not for me.
Put it in nah. I don't know what it is. Like, we're like pretty dirty people, but I don't find those comedians that funny.
Not for me.
You're good at a roast, but...
Hannibal Buress. Hannibal Buress is a high grade for me, and I think I think Hannibal is one of the most underrated stand-up comedians of all time.
Fucking hysterical.
He's one of those people, like you mentioned with fucking Robin Williams. Like all he has to do is talk, and the shit that he says half the time is hilarious. You know. So personally speaking, I want to put Hannibal Buress in a high grade.
Like he could just say a sentence. You know, it's very few people that do that. Like,
throw him here next.
Any sentence they say is just like gold.
Who's that? Like a one-name name.
Does that just say ant?
I have no fucking clue. So
I'm going.
Look it up.
Please allow me to do a 5-second Google search.
We got a lot of names to go through, bro.
Okay, yeah. Okay, next one's pretty easy.
Look. We all know George Carlin is a fucking GOAT, right? So we'll just throw him up there. Biggest respect. I mean, if anybody deserves to be right up there with Richard Pryor, it's 100% George Carlin. Question for you, Mitch Hedberg. Rest in peace.
Yeah, he's great.
Great?
He's great. I think his his one-liner type style is like really, really, you know.
Who are we looking at here?
Bill Hicks.
Bill Hicks?
I think so.
I don't watch Bill Hicks.
You know, he's known as like one of the most underrated comedians of all time.
Where do you want to put him?
We could put him in Don't Watch because I haven't seen a lot of his stuff.
Fair.
But I feel dirty putting him there because every comedian from...
I mean, look, we have to be true. This is our list, right? We're not... we made this list, or rather, we made this category specifically because we do not watch
This isn't the legacy list.
Yeah,
you know?
For what we know, these comedians could be incredibly talented.
Everyone says that Bill Hicks was like one of the best comedians of all time. Mm-hmm. He was on, he collabed with a bunch of musicians and stuff like that. Died at the age of 32 from cancer.
Got you. All right. Enough of Bill Hicks. We got 70 names to go through. Dennis Leary, don't watch. Straight up.
Don't watch.
Got you.
I know him from acting.
Is that Gabriel Iglesias?
Correct.
This is a tough one.
Good? Meh?
He's definitely not meh. I put him in low good.
I put him low good.
Definitely had a high peak in the beginning.
Put him higher. I know we're not ranking based on that, but...
Yeah, I'll put him
Put him in front of Monique,
put him
at least.
Here.
Yeah.
All right.
When I was younger, I thought he was funny.
Is that Dunham?
That is Jeff Dunham.
Dunham's a meh for me. Dunham's a meh for me.
I'm almost willing to put. I almost want to put him in nah.
Low good. Oh, nah.
I kind of want to put him in nah, but I'll put him in meh.
Nah, I'll put him in nah.
Because it's like.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He was funny for like a little bit when I was in like 5th grade.
Fuck Dane Cook. His peak was to the moon.
No, yeah.
He had a residency in Vegas for like 7 years. But
Who's that?
Emo Phillips. Put him in nah just based on how he speaks. You know about Emo Phillips?
Yeah, I do.
Put him in nah just based on how he speaks. However, he's funny.
Rest in peace, Gilbert Gottfried.
That's hard.
I think Gilbert Gottfried belongs in good.
Yeah, because he was funny, but I don't think fondly of like his stand-up.
Yeah, put him like right here. Penn and Teller, they're not even fucking stand-up comedians. Let's be real here. Like, they're funny, they're magicians. I almost want to put them in not even out of respect. You know, I love magic. You know, I respect them as magicians.
These guys are fucking legendary.
But they're not comedians.
They're not comedians. So I know Penn Jillette does stand-up.
I'm sorry. Like, as a duo, they're gonna go in nah for me. I think that's fair, right?
Yeah.
They're not even. Yeah.
Then you got the actual comedian magician.
So that's actually a really good point. This is a great point. The Amazing Jonathan has a Comedy Central Presents and has stand-up specials. Rest in peace, Amazing Jonathan. I actually thought the Amazing Jonathan was a good comedian.
He was very gimmicky.
Super. And he's a fucking magician comedian. Rest in peace, buddy. Here's a big one. Jesselnick. I think Jesselnick's a great comedian.
Yeah, Jesselnick is a great comedian.
I'm
still actually upset we didn't we should have saw him at Carnegie.
I know. I'm glad we missed out on that. Schumer. I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like if we put Mencia in meh, for a very similar reason, we have to put Schumer in meh.
I think we put her in meh.
And I'm being honest. I think I've seen more of Schumer stand up than Mencia, despite the fact I've seen him live. And I still think it's meh. You know what I mean?
I almost want to put her in nah.
Especially, I don't know.
Let's leave her there for now.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle. I think Dave Chappelle is the GOAT. I'm sorry.
He's so
I think
good.
a lot of people agree
the
with
amount
that.
of specials he's had.
Tom Segura. Obviously not having a hot streak right now in the media, but
it's pretty great.
Great comedian.
He's pretty great.
Great comedian.
He's pretty great.
Just high to mid for sure.
Overall,
put him
funny
right
guy.
there with Hannibal Buress. Who's that? Is that Kevin Hart?
That is Kevin Hart. One of the most famous people on this list. You know what I mean?
What do you think? Just I have an opinion, but I want to hear yours first.
I found him funny. I think I feel like he's better served as like a likable public figure.
Okay.
Like I view him kind of how I view The Rock. So considering that they've been in movies together.
Stuff,
yeah. I don't know. Good, great. I don't know.
I think Kevin Hart's a great comedian. I would put him in great, 100%.
His peak was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'll put him right here with the boys. I'll put him above Tom Segura, actually.
When do we take a break?
I'm keeping track on the clock. Don't worry.
Okay.
I want to give it another 2 to 3 minutes. I think we're officially 12 minutes into this first part right now. Which
I like that. I like that.
And then we'll go Joe Rogan. Great comedian, in my opinion. Absolutely great.
Been doing it for a long time. Again,
knows what he's doing.
I would say I would say he would be a GOAT if you considered.
Yeah.
This platform.
Yeah. I also just need you to understand that none of this list is being specifically ordered right now. So if you have, opinions, don't attack us yet. At the end of it, we'll order great and GOAT, and then
I mean, even then, the order is like,
exactly.
It's
just
it's
what
more
we
about
think
the category.
Exactly. Judy, what? I don't even know. I can't even see the face. It's cut off. Tell you what, I don't watch them though.
Judy Gouch,
maybe. Nate Bargatze. Nate's been killing it lately.
Yeah,
I would put Nate in a high good.
Put him like top of good.
Yeah, he's not my favorite.
He's pretty solid. He's solid. He has good jokes.
I think he also has potential. Here's an interesting one.
I mean, he kind of popped off. Yeah.
What do you think about this guy right there, Dill? What do you think about that bowl haircut?
My boy, I fucking love this guy. He's very funny.
Look, this is our list, right? Demetri Martin's a great comedian.
Oh, he's fantastic.
He's a great comedian.
He's so hysterical.
I put him in the low just because compared to a lot of these other comedians.
True,
their
but
peak.
He's so fucking funny,
and he's unique.
Yeah, he has a very like you're watching him, you're like, this is Demetri Martin.
I'm curious where we're gonna be on this one. Chris D'Elia.
Meh.
I think he's meh for me.
He's very meh.
I hate to say it, and I know that there's a lot of controversy surrounding him with other stuff. Even disregarding that, I've always found him to be just a very not for me comedian. Bill Burr. I have an opinion on this. I think Bill Burr is without a doubt a great comedian. And I honestly think that the longer his career goes, I think he will find his way breaching into that GOAT status. Is that crazy to think?
I feel like he's already almost there.
He is, you know?
Like,
he's like getting into that maturity level. Like, not saying like I'm more mature than him. He's obviously like a grown fucking man. But like in the Dave Chappelle sense, where he's starting to get that broader outlook. And I think that just serves comedians better. It's almost like they get finer
it's like,
with age.
And it's like, you know, Bill Burr kind of relied on not edginess, but just kind of like this, like, I'll joke about anything type of attitude.
And I'll admit, he's not even my favorite comedian, nowhere close, but I think he's a high grade, maybe even one of the better.
Like, his voice, like, he has one of the best voices, you know?
Absolutely. All right, we'll do like 3 more.
Okay.
Eliza Schlesinger, not for me, just being honest. This might be a don't watch.
Have you watched her though?
I've seen like a couple jokes.
Oh, okay.
It's just not for me. What do you think?
Then put her in Nah then.
Nah?
Yeah.
Because I've seen a few jokes and I don't like it? I mean, I'm with it. Fuck it.
Because I'm looking and I don't think we have a ton of Nas here, but you know, we'll get to that.
Can you read that one? That white is fucking me up. Can't see it.
The fuck? I thought it was Adam Carolla, but it doesn't look like Adam Carolla.
No, it doesn't. Damn, sorry to whoever this is, but
let's skip him. Yeah,
we don't watch you. And then Margaret Cho. I didn't really watch a lot of Margaret Cho.
I know she's pretty iconic.
No, I know she's definitely iconic, but just personally speaking, I didn't watch a lot. I also think she was just kind of like her peak was when we were still kids, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'll put her in don't watch. Ken Jeong. Ken Jeong is hilarious.
I have an opinion on Ken Jeong.
Is it that he's a funnier actor and not a funnier stand-up comedian?
I don't think his stand-up is that funny. To this day, his best role was The Hangover, and like that kind of made him. I don't know. Meh.
So is he meh?
He's pretty meh to me.
I'll agree. The opinion I was slinging is my opinion.
His acting is iconic. Actor. Yeah.
But as a stand-up, yeah, I have to agree. And then we'll end it here. Bert Kreischer, a nice little. I think this is a controversial one too.
Wait, how is it?
Because I think Bert Kreischer is a very on top of the world comedian, and I don't like him that much.
Oh, okay.
Gotta be honest.
Yeah, I saw him at MSG Theater live. He's very funny. I can vouch to that.
Good.
I think he's like the back of good.
Okay.
Because I'm like he's funnier than Dave Attell. He's funnier than Amazing Jonathan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll put him right there.
Definitely a storytelling comedian.
Yeah.
Like the way that like John Mulaney will have a story and then he'll work in jokes.
Yeah.
Bert Kreischer's mainly story and then there's a payoff at the end.
Apparently we have a file here. I don't even know where that came from. That's trash. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's move it on to a different topic. Something else I have planned I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
In an interesting turn of events, we both watched movies that the other person had watched before, and now I figured we share some.
Oh, that's a good.
We share some notes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because to give you some perspective, before we get into my movie, Dylan went to go see
Argylle,
which comes first alphabetically, which is why you're going first.
Yeah.
And as you know, if you follow the podcast, literally last week, Jerry and I gave our review of the movie because we went to go see it. And I just real quick, let's compare notes on the movies we watched. Each other's you know what I'm trying to say.
Put the category up. Imagine we have like 8 categories, but only the first one was actually like a segment.
Yeah.
You know? So I watched this spy movie, which now that I feel like going into like what Bobby told me and knowing about the movie definitely improved my experience watching the movie.
Which I'm glad.
I'll say that.
I'm also happy I didn't spoil it. Which
Yeah. Very nice. I mean, this was a very fun movie. I mean, it's kind of goofy from the start. So I feel like the critics panning it and some people not liking it. I get it, but at the same time, it's like John Cena grabs Dua Lipa off a motorcycle like 3 minutes.
That whole CGI scene at the beginning where he's like grinding the car on that rail, it was like ridiculous.
I mean, it's like I don't know.
And real quick, these movies have been out for a while. Spoiler alert for both of these movies.
Oh, of course.
Who gives a shit now?
Yeah. yeah. And it's like, so like when you have a spy movie, the one thing you need, which you said, were twists.
Yeah.
The movie has about like 17.
Yeah,
it gets really comical at one point. You're like, the first few twists are like, you know, like when you see Bryan Cranston's
the dad.
Like, yo!
But the mom is also in on it.
And then the last few twists are like, fucking whatever, you know?
Yeah.
It's like Godzilla could come out and be like, yeah, let's do it.
100%.
But I thought it was a very fun watch. Every time I see Sam Rockwell, and when he actually like dresses like Argylle, he kind of just looks like Edward Norton.
Yeah.
So it throws me off a little bit. But yeah, solid cast. Definitely just a good bad movie.
Yeah.
That's the best way I would describe it. Campy, but
I'll save it a little bit. A good meh movie. I don't think it's bad, but I think it's
bad in the way it is, like based on it. Like, imagine if you took out every gimmick from that movie and just played it as a movie, and it's like it'd
be terrible.
Yeah, because it's like the dialogue has like that storybook, like every line is just like this corny ass shit.
Yep.
So it had like, and having actors say that, but yeah, I thought the plot was fun. I thought it was a very, very like, I don't know.
And what did you think of the main twist with her being Argylle?
Yes. I mean, I thought the main twist was kind of like, I don't know. I thought it was good. I feel like in the movie, like the movie actually like I don't know. The movie is paced well. I feel
it is,
because it's like that's why it's so long. I feel as well. Because it's like they have to make it that long so that it doesn't just feel like, oh my god.
I actually forgot to mention it when we were talking about it. The major criticism that this movie got from critics and why it was so low was because of the longer runtime. Because it's like a 2-hour long movie.
Yeah, I mean it's like 2 hours and 7 minutes, 2 hours and 12 minutes or whatever I think it was.
Which I'll admit that's a little audacious for like a franchise film.
Yeah, for like a comedy non-franchise film, it's kind of like, and you know. But like, I mean, it was like it was like kind of like Ocean's 11 Spies. You know, that's the kind of vibe it gave off. So, yeah, I mean, at least a 7 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
Very funny movie. I thought it was very enjoyable. The scenes at the end you told me about were like the different fight sequences.
Yeah.
I thought they were good. I feel like the last one could have more shit in it, but I thought they were very pretty and very fun.
Yeah.
I thought every fight scene was, you know, quite solid.
Fire. So, Jerry gave it a 6. I gave it a 7.5. What does Dylan give it? In your own personal opinion.
7.5, teetering towards 8, but I'd say 7.5.
Fair.
Yeah.
That was what I was thinking.
Enjoy. Very fun movie. I love movies like that. They're fun.
That's you have to keep that in mind. Like a movie doesn't necessarily have to be good to be enjoyable. You know what I mean? It just has to be a good time. To swing it to what I watched.
Yes.
I watched a really good movie.
Yeah.
I watched the movie. I was very late to.
So Bobby was so late to this movie. I believe me and Joey both saw it like opening weekend, essentially. Like I saw it like the third day it came out.
Arguably it was the highest grossing movie of the year.
I mean, it's getting its flowers, I think, potentially, not fully, but...
Listen, it has a lot of, not drama, but a lot of controversy circulating around Oscar season. I had to watch Barbie.
Yeah, and it's like I heard like so many like of my family members and like just people on like podcasts and stuff just call this movie shit for absolutely no reason.
And it pisses me off.
I mean, because I know you have to talk about it, but it's like it just drove. They were like people were like criticizing it for not being good, for making men look bad. There was people who said that like, oh, it did nothing special, and I'm like, okay, like. First off, it got pretty existential. Number 2, it did like if you thought that they were gonna like make it like they were gonna get into like the depths of feminism, you're fucking fooling yourself because it's not. It's Barbie.
Well, I have to say my opinions real quick.
Of course, oh yeah, definitely, because this is an amazing movie.
The first opinions I'm gonna hold are the ones that are directly tied to the movie.
Okay.
So with that being said, the movie very much like I have to also keep in mind, or rather disclaim, that I had a lot of the movie spoiled for me, both by other people and
so you knew a lot going
even this
in.
podcast going in. You know, like I knew about the patriarchy shit. I knew about her going to the real world. You know, but what I didn't know was like the ending of the movie, like where she ends up, Barbie, all that stuff. And obviously, like I didn't really know the extent of the performances of all these characters.
Of course,
that's something you have to like get in and watch, right? So now that I've watched the movie and I've seen it myself, Great film. Very still surprising, regardless of all the stuff.
I'm happy you found it surprising. Yeah.
Two things I'll say. Two specific things that were very much spoiled for me. One in general, and one by you specifically. The general one was how existential the movie becomes. You know, there's all those memes of people, and when the movie came out, like you think you were gonna come out of Barbie like woohoo, you come out like sad and crying.
Yeah, you come out like my girlfriend cried, and I was just like. Damn.
Yeah, no, I cried.
Damn,
I
meaningless, bro.
I cried twice in that movie.
Okay. Oh.
And the second thing that you specifically told me was just how many like very specific, very Greta Gerwig-y like jokes about political systems and shit like that.
Yeah,
like just incredible, especially like how much Barbie knows about them.
There are like I want to say there's at least like 8 quotes in this movie that are some of the funniest one-liners.
Yeah.
They're like really good.
So and then that being said, I actually wanted to bring up some opinions about the Oscars because that was the main controversies about who was awarded nominations, who weren't awarded nominations, so on and so forth.
Okay.
The main nominations that the movie has is Best Actor for Ryan Gosling as Ken,
of course.
Best Picture for the film,
which thankfully. Both Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig are producers on the movie, I believe.
Oh, really?
So I believe that since they're both producers, that like
technically counts as a nomination.
they will get an award if it wins.
Yeah, Greta Gerwig is also nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay.
Oh, okay. So she didn't get director, but she got screenplay. Okay, nice.
And of course, this movie had a ridiculous soundtrack, so it's up for I don't know what the category is called, Song of the Year or some shit like that, or Soundtrack of the Year. Yeah. You know what it's called. And then other stuff as well, but those are the main categories. And the big controversies were like Greta Gerwig didn't get nominated for Best Director, and Margot Robbie didn't get nominated for Best Actress. Now that I've seen the movie, they 100% snubbed Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie deserved a Best Actress. That being said, she was never gonna win it this year. Yeah. I promise you that.
That's. I feel like that's why I'm like wasn't like offended that she didn't get the nomination, because I was like she wouldn't have won, so that's why I'm like not horrified she didn't get the nom. But
that also being said, I think Greta Gerwig was snubbed for best director. I think she definitely deserved the nomination. I don't know if she would have won it. I think she would have been closer than Margot Robbie winning Best Actress, but I think she 100% deserved that nomination.
Definitely.
I hate to say this, I don't know if Ryan Gosling deserved the nomination.
He was like iconic.
You think? Yeah, but
he wasn't like
he was iconic.
His performance wasn't amazing.
It wasn't mind blowing.
But I'm just saying like what he stood for in the movie and stuff like that. He was
vital.
He was vital and memorable.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's like.
I don't know if that's Oscar worthy. And that being said, I honestly think Ryan Gosling might be my favorite actor. So you have to keep that in mind. I'm not saying that with any sort of like ill bias, because I love the guy. But that being said, he has so many incredible performances too that you have a lot to compare to. And you're like, it just didn't hit hard for me. Yeah. So the fact that he got nominated for the Oscar, I was a little bit like, really? But whatever. The one nomination the award got that it absolutely deserves and it should win is Song of the Year, because that Billie Eilish song that hits when fucking Rhea Perlman grabs Margot Robbie's hands, literally just
Rhea Perlman in the movie.
I was in a ball in my office chair, just like, what is life? You know?
Yeah.
And the last thing I'll say is just, I feel like that movie has there are a lot of people still to this day who talk about Barbie being a very like feminist leaning movie. And of course, like there's themes about the patriarchy and of course her perfect world being very different to what the real world is like, right? If I'm being honest, I really liked the movie in general, but I kind of had this opinion that it really didn't fucking matter about like guys, girls, even though like the gender stuff gets talked about so much. It really just felt like what it means to be a human person. You know?
It was. Yeah, that's why I thought it did a really good job. Yeah, because like the whole thing was like man, woman versus the matriarchy versus patriarchy. That's what it was about. But it's really like it became a human movie.
Yeah. Ooh, I also had another controversial opinion. That if people actually watched this show, they would like send me death threats. But I will say, America Ferrera was nominated for Best Supporting Actress for her role in Barbie, and I don't think she deserved it.
So you're actually you basically flip. You're like, I don't think
anybody who got these deserve. I'm sorry. Look, I support America Ferrera. I think it was dope to see a Latina like have that, and also like I fucking love her other roles, Superstore, all this. You know, How to Train Your Dragon. Like,
I think she deserved. Like, I don't know. I feel like she has a lot of like good pivotal moments in the movie.
But I was explaining it to Jerry and Jessica yesterday. I was like, she has that one super powerful monologue that they literally use that monologue to like reprogram all the other Barbies in the movie. But everything else in the movie is not super. You know, I'm a little bit of a harsh critic, I'll admit. I think
it's like, my daughter. You know, it's really like, you know.
But if you want to go for that one monologue, then yeah, sure, that monologue is absolutely Oscar worthy. But I like to give my nominations for people who kind of hold their own throughout the entirety of a film. But that's just my opinion. And if you want to kill me, here's my address. So it's on screen. All right. Glad to have gotten that out. We saw Argylle. Oh, and I'll give Barbie a 9.5.
Oh, okay, that's nice. I'd give it that too.
It's slightly
maybe a 9, but
it's not a 10 out of 10. It's not masterpiece level, but it's real fucking close. I think the biggest props I have to give is to Greta Gerwig. I think she's really great at just like nailing the vision, and that's what a director has to do. So, props to Greta and props to that movie because it was absolutely fantastic, and it makes me think differently about life. Still thinking about that movie, if I'm being honest.
It's a good movie. I gotta watch it again, I think.
Yeah. Can I swing it on to something juicy?
Please do.
Joocy.
Oh, that's not how you spell it.
Oh, it's not?
No, not even close.
So, Jessica came over yesterday. We were hanging out with her, me and Jerry, and she showed us a trailer for an upcoming, like, investigation discovery documentary about the dark side
of Rob Schneider.
Of Dan Schneider.
No. I feel on the set of the 2002 movie The Animal. Oh, damn, I thought. Wait, God. You knew I was gonna say The Animal? You didn't think I was gonna say The Hot Chick?
Nope.
With the better movie. Hot Chick is one of the best.
Bigelow.
No, but yes. So Dan Schneider, yes.
Dan Schneider, yes. The other Schneider, his brother, his fat white brother,
his fat white uncle.
Yes. There's a documentary coming out about Dan Schneider, and I'll cut this super short. You know, they're going into like the dark stuff about what he was doing behind the scenes, about the legitimate pedophiles that were hired under his like.
Oh, and even before he started at the shows, he had like that whole ring where like they'd hire, young actresses.
But what I wanted to say is at the end of the documentary, they do this really juicy, teasy thing where they like prep an empty chair, and it's like the person's about to sit down and give the interview, and the interviewer is like, so this is the first time you've ever told your story about your time on Nickelodeon? And they're like, yeah. And then it cuts to another person, and it's like a guy who was a producer, and he was like, it's not like a person that was on the show, like a character. And they're like, yeah. And he's like, who was it? And then it cuts. So the big question is like, who's telling their story on this documentary? So like for a whole 10 minutes, me, Jessica, and Jerry were just bouncing theories left and right. We're like, Jamie Lynn Spears, Amanda Bynes. Like we were trying to figure out who it was. My theory, low key, is Amanda Bynes.
You think they got her out of the woodworks?
Because a week ago, or like a week and a half ago, Amanda Bynes launched a podcast. Oh. And it was like a big thing. Like, Amanda Bynes is back in the public eye. And she looks like a dumpster fire. Sorry, but
yeah.
That being said, I low-key feel like that would be a tactical way to start something around.
And
the
also,
same
I
time.
think the show will have multible interviews, but I feel like it'll have like one.
But they are teasing like one big somebody, so that's why I wanted to bring it up. I was like, who's?
It makes sense that it'd be a female, and it'd be one of the older ones.
Who do you think it is, though?
I think because of the book, here's the thing. I kind of want to say Jeanette McCurdy, but I also know that she's like not wanted to work. But she had the book.
But you have to keep in mind, this person said that they've never talked about it before. So that's like the biggest.
Oh.
You know.
So you want to,
Imagine it's like Victoria Justice or something. That'd be crazy. That'd be a pretty big one.
Interesting.
Food for thought, right?
Yeah.
Or like Miranda Cosgrove. That'd be mind blowing, bro.
Holy shit. She would do it too. That's the thing. Miranda would do it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm down. I mean, I think we all kind of know it's gonna be like some random B character who was on like 10 episodes, you know, like Gibby's little brother or some shit. But
Guppy? No, Guppy's not fucking allowed.
I don't fucking.
I'll kick Guppy in the mouth, bro.
I don't know, but that at the same time, I'm really hoping it's like a juicy and it's gonna be like
should be a good person.
Player. Should we knock this list off? Can we?
Yeah, please.
We have to rapid fire this. Because
of course. Yeah. We're not gonna finish it.
We should
try.
Great. Now I have to find. Is it this one? It is this one.
Nice.
Let me just make sure I keep this open. Let's just rapid fire. You ready? Who is that?
Ron White.
Don't watch him. He's like old school for me.
Yeah, he's good, but
you want to put him somewhere?
I would probably put him in good, but if you haven't seen anything, I'm happy to put it in don't watch.
Yeah. Jeff Foxworthy.
Oh, these are all
the redneck and
these are all the blue collar group or whatever they're called.
Listen, yeah, I don't watch any of these guys.
Yeah,
I watched Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Okay,
Cars, but
how about we put all of them in don't watch and then move Ron White to good?
I'm with that. I'm with that.
Because Ron White kind of has like this rebel attitude.
Put
where
the Delta Farce guys and don't watch, and then Ron White ain't good.
All right. I got a good take about this guy.
Jim Gaffigan.
Fucking really good.
He's great.
He's great, yeah.
Jim Gaffigan's a great comedian.
Fucking I like
I don't even know who that is. Something Scovell? Is that what it says?
Gary Scovell.
I don't know who he is. Don't watch. Sarah Silverman.
By the way, I looked it up, and the guy,
yeah,
the 3-letter guy,
yeah,
he's from Canada. He's not even American.
Wow, what a ripoff. Sarah Silverman.
Nah,
really? I was gonna say meh.
Okay, meh. I don't really find her that funny. That's why.
Yeah. Fucking who's that?
That's not Ralphie May, is it?
No, that is not Ralphie May. Don't know.
Oh, this guy. No, that's Brian Regan.
That's Brian Regan?
Yeah.
Where do you want to put him?
Meh.
I don't watch him.
Brian Regan. He's meh.
Meh. Sounds good.
He's pretty iconic, but he's like Dave Attell.
I'll just go ahead and put Norm Macdonald in great.
Rest in peace.
Zach Galifianakis, I'm tempted to put into great. I think he's a really underrated stand-up. I think more people know him for his acting roles, but he is a great stand-up. A little gimmicky with the piano and stuff, but
I haven't seen enough of him to put him there. I want to put him in good.
I'll put him in good.
Put him at the top of good?
But maybe not the top, but put him here. All right.
David Cross.
David Cross is good.
I like David Cross. David Cross is very funny. Again, he's known for his like actor and writer more than
Bo Burnham. I think he's great.
Oh, fucking fantastic!
100%.
He's
somewhere up.
I mean, I would honestly like Robin Williams, Joan Rivers are like old school borderline GOAT, and then like Bill Burr, John Mulaney, Bo Burnham.
They're like ascending into
they're
that.
like about to be GOAT in our eyes at least.
Yeah,
like they're so good.
Is that Todd Glass?
Yeah, baby.
Todd Glass is good.
Todd Glass.
Ellen DeGeneres. I'm gonna say nah.
Fattest nah in the book.
Nah for me.
Tom Papa. Do you watch Tom Papa?
I don't watch Tom Papa.
Okay, put him in don't watch. I've seen only jokes. He's very funny.
Ralphie May. Ralphie May's good. Rest in peace.
Ralphie May is funny. Good.
I'll put him in good. Rest in peace, buddy. Fucking Ali Wong is good. She's hilarious. 100% put her in good. At this point, there's no organization. We're just.
Do you see this one, Bobby?
Who is it?
Tommy Johnigan.
Tommy Johnigan's good.
He's very funny.
He's hilarious. It's just nobody knows who he is.
Tommy John. I feel like I want to put him in great.
I also want to put him in great, but I feel like that's not fair. You know what I mean? He does not have like a full special or anything. Eddie Murphy, come on. I'm trying. My fingers too. There we go. Who's that?
Kathy Griffin.
This is a nah for me. I've never been.
If it was Peter Griffin, it'd be goat here.
Yeah, for sure.
Brian Griffin, goat. Stewie Griffin, goat.
Lenny Bruce. I didn't watch a lot of.
Don't watch Lenny Bruce.
Chris Rock. Is Chris Rock a goat in your eyes?
No.
A lot of people consider him a goat.
No, he's not.
I think he's great.
No, he's not a goat.
But I don't think he's a goat.
He's not a goat at all. No,
I think he's around here.
Absolutely not. I'd put him a lot lower in my opinion.
But I think he's a great.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler.
Great.
I think he's good.
Really?
Yeah. I think he's a better actor than he's a stand-up. But I think his stand-up is good. It's not deserving of man.
I feel like when people have a guitar, you knock them down a peg. I don't know why.
Right? That's what
in
I'm
my
saying.
head, I'm like, hey, you play guitar.
Oh man, there's so many here.
Bro, we're not finishing this shit.
I'm gonna hear. Ready? Fucking Steve Martin. I didn't really watch a lot of Steve Martin stand-up. I just know he plays the banjo. So, boom. Rodney Dangerfield. Is Rodney a goat? I've seen a lot of Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield's fucking hysterical.
Yeah, I'm putting him in the goat.
He's so fucking funny.
Andrew Dice Clay, he's a nah for me.
Nah,
he's a big nah for me.
Big nah.
Who is that? This is Jimmy
Carson.
Here's my thing about Carson.
I know.
I mean, he was just the Tonight Show guy, you know.
Yeah.
I'll put him in Don't Watch because you know. But Seinfeld, I feel like people would want to put him in GOAT.
Put him in great.
He's not for me, low key.
Yeah.
But I'll admit that he's got to be one of the greats.
Yeah. Put him in great, like low grade.
Yeah.
His show again. The show is
Godfrey, not really for me.
Nah.
I'll just put him in the nah for if I'm being honest.
Don
Rickles. He's a personal GOAT for me. I'll put him in great though.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of the Dean Martin roast with my dad. Sam Kinison, rest in peace. I think he's good. He's just loud, you know what I mean?
Tim Dillon has replaced him.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. What do you think about Mark Maron?
Good. Like bottom good.
I don't want to put him meh, but I'll put him bottom good.
Okay.
Just being honest. Bill Maher. He's a nah for me. I'm sorry.
Nah.
Yeah,
Nah. Hit me like 8 years ago. I would have said he was good.
Yeah, who the fuck
and then
is
my
that?
opinion changed.
No fucking. That actually looks like this guy, Lewis Black.
I think that's Lewis Black.
But they put Maher's name on it.
Yeah.
And Lewis, he's not really for me. I gotta be honest.
Put him in meh.
Yeah.
Put him in meh.
For
again.
accepted.
Yelly comedian.
I don't even know who this is.
Richard Jenny, don't watch. I know who he is, but no.
Wanda Sykes. I think she's good. Fucking Jay Moore.
Isn't Jay Moore isn't he in like a bunch of random movies?
Yeah, he's in Are We There Yet?
Yeah, he's in like 7 movies. He's in a lot though.
Yeah. Oh my God. You know what? We're not gonna be able to finish this because it's getting really. You know what? I say like you and me do this real quick and then we fast forward. You know, like we're back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you ready?
Yeah.
We'll be right.
Fuck you.
We're back. Oh my God, that took like 3 extra minutes.
Hey,
okay,
that's fine.
Real quick, I feel like we should just go over some of the choices that we made. Right?
Uh-huh.
We put a lot of people in Don't Watch because we don't watch them.
We went on a consensus that like if like not both of us have watched, we usually put them in Don't Watch.
Yeah.
Honorable mention.
We put Gallagher in Nah because go fuck yourself. Gallagher.
Honorable mention to a couple of people in Don't Watch though, like Maria Bamford's very funny, Jim Brewer's very funny, Bruce is funny, Dennis Leary's funny.
There's a lot of the reasons they're
rest
here.
Rest in peace to Bill Hicks. We said rest in peace like 80 times.
We just haven't been able to have enough analysis to really rank these guys, and that's just our opinion. We did say Doug Benson was high nah because we kind of agreed that he wasn't really like our style of comedy, but he has other things that are funny, right? Mm-hmm. Nothing real crazy on the mess side other than the fact that apparently there's 2 Lewis Blacks.
I feel like that's just a different guy named Marr and we don't know him.
It's just like his weird brother, I guess.
Lewis Marr.
Fucking a lot of goods here.
I kind of want to move Frank Caliendo up, but he's an impressionist from Mad TV.
That's kind of why I put him, lower. Yeah. Who do we put in great? We put Stephen Wright in great. One-liners are fantastic. He's got to be the king of one-liners, right? Mm-hmm. We put Aziz Ansari in great, who's absolutely fantastic. We also put Nick Swartzen in great, who, if you follow the show, is one of me and Dylan's favorite comedians of all time.
What's his alter ego? Fucking...
Which one?
Dave Falcon or whatever.
Gary Falcon, is it? And then last but not least, the GOATs. Let's just go through them. Dave Chappelle, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Eddie Murphy, Rodney Dangerfield, Patrice O'Neal, and Daniel Tosh. Mm-hmm. I think that's a pretty solid list of GOATs in my opinion. So
I'm pretty impressed with this list. Bo Burnham, John Mulaney,
and we also agree that Bill Burr, Mulaney, Bo Burnham, they're kind of like right up there in terms of like even Chris Rock, just in terms of like bridging that gap to GOAT status. But yeah, this is the list. I think it's pretty good. What do you think, Dill? It's going away in like a second. Just tell me what you fucking think.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We did it.
Well, that was good.
What did we get?
We get to say our jam and yams of the week and end the show.
Relax. Just do it.
Just do it. Through it. All right.
I don't remember my yams.
So now we're going to say our jam and yam of the week, and we're also going to say our football prediction for tomorrow's Super Bowl. All right? You ready?
Yes.
So my prediction for tomorrow's Super Bowl is that Usher's halftime show is going to be a lot better than we all think it's actually going to be.
Yeah.
I think we're all thinking it's going to be like whack, but I actually think it's going to be better than Rihanna's last year. Hear me out when I said it. And then if it's whack, you can attack me.
Okay.
That also being said, I'm going to go crazy here, and I'm going to do something I've never done on the Joystick show, and I'm going to make my jam of the week a Grammy Award-winning song.
Oh.
Not only is it a Grammy Award-winning song,
You haven't done that before.
It is a song that just won the Grammy a week ago and won the Grammy for Song of the Year. So my jam of the week is Song of the Year. Shout outs to What Was I Made For from the Barbie movie by Billie and Phineas Eilish. Incredible song. Very well composed.
Nice. I'm going to pull a Bobby and pick 2 songs. Okay?
One has to be the yam. You just shout the other one.
So the first one is just a shout out to the artist Chipmunks on 16 Speed, which is a music project where they took the 1981 Chipmunks album Chipmunked Punk
and sped it up
and slowed it down, reverbed it, slowed it down the normal speed, reverbed it, slowed it down. So it's like they slowed it down the normal speed and then slowed it down again.
Okay.
So it's like half the songs are really trippy and then the other half are kind of like new wave post-punky.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So Call Me by Blondie at 1/16th speed. It sounds insane and is incredible.
That's fucking crazy.
So that's like the yam that I'm not picking.
Yeah.
And the yam I'm picking is Finale by Dante Red, which is the alter ego of Eric Doa.
Oh, cool.
He has 2 other alter egos. They're basically just unreleased songs. And this one, he fights himself.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's actually a banger.
Any Super Bowl predictions?
I'm taking the over on cuts to Taylor Swift in her box. I don't even know if she's there. I'm assuming.
What's the number?
Like 8.
8 cuts?
8 or 9 at least.
I think I'm taking the under.
You're
I'll actually take that bet with you.
Yeah. Okay.
How much do I put on that?
$2. I have to see what DraftKings puts it at, and I'll let you know.
$2 and some candy.
Yeah. Maybe.
Right.
Maybe.
Sounds good.
Maybe. I think if realistically, I'm probably gonna bet on the Chiefs. So I'll go with the Chiefs. But I kind of want the 49ers.
I don't care about the sports part. I care about the Taylor Swift part. That's my queen. Thanks for watching the Joystick Show. Hold on, I got a burp coming, but I don't want to be you who's burped almost 4 times on the podcast. 4 times. See, I did it offside.
I also forced half of them. So.
I know. Thanks for watching the Joystick Show. We appreciate you watching and joining us. Pretty productive one. Tier listed some comedians. Talked about Dan Schneider.
Talked about Dan Schneider. Talked about some
movies that we had
with not Dan
see.
Schneider.
Yeah, and had a good time overall. Catch us next week where hopefully we get the other guys back in and have a full table. Talk about some more stuff. Maybe get a segment in there. And if you like what you see, it'd be really helpful if you like this episode. If you subscribe to Team Joystick,
do it.
And let us know in the comments what you want to see us talk about, what you want to see us tiered list.
What's your favorite comedian?
And who's your favorite stand-up? For sure. Mine is Daniel Tosh. Actually, it's Dave Chappelle. So I gotta be real. Daniel. I feel like if Tosh put out another special, then I'd have more of a base. But Chappelle. Who's yours?
Myself.
Yeah.